Mary had a sleepover at a friend's house last Friday. While sleeping, she was awoken by someone touching her privates. She could not move or scream, even when she wanted to. She cried herself to sleep that night and never told anybody about it. While walking home one late night, Gavin was grabbed by another man and was forced to do sexual acts he did not want to do. Afterwards, Gavin went home and went to sleep drunk. He never told a soul of what happened that night for fear of shame and blame. These are real stories of real people. Sexual abuse is grievous. It is grievous because it destroys the beauty of sex and it violates the humanity of a person. Unfortunately, according to studies, 1 in 3 young women and 1 in 5 young men will be sexually abused before they even reach adulthood. My name is Bethel Webb, and I am the Soul Care Director here at Graceland Church. Today, I will answer 2 questions on sexual abuse. If you are a parent, how do you protect your children? And if you are someone who has experienced sexual abuse, how do you find healing? I will first address the parents. Parents, being informed, attuned, and honest can help prevent sexual abuse. First, gather as much information as much as you can. Read books, researches, watch videos, and listen to podcasts that would give you information about how to protect your children. Teach them about their bodies. Inform them of what is appropriate and inappropriate touching. Educate yourselves and teach them how to assess a potentially dangerous situation and how to escape that situation. Make sure that you know the people they hang out with and the places they go to. Second, and this is very important, parents who are attuned to their children will be able to identify ways that they are vulnerable. Sometimes teenagers are also unsure how to talk about it. So more often than not, behavior is your best indicator that something is not right. Learn what grooming looks like and how to spot the warning signs. If your child or your children communicates that they are scared of someone or have been appropriately touched or harassed, believe them right away. Research has shown that the most damaging reaction you can give to someone who comes forward with an allegation is to communicate unbelief. Third, parents, be honest with your children about the realities of sexual abuse. We need to inform our children of the dangers so they themselves can be vigilant. Children who are naive are not able to protect themselves or are very trusting, or they don't even know how to communicate their experiences. However, do this carefully. Do not use fear as a motivation. Encourage them to be wise instead. Teach them about the evil tendencies of people, but also teach them who to trust. Fourth, even when you do your best, sometimes sexual abuse may still happen. Create safe environments for your children to communicate their fears and worries, and especially their negative experiences. Now, if you are someone who have experienced sexual abuse, the first step towards healing is to find someone to talk to. Sexual abuse destroys the soul, and this type of destruction will find ways to devour the whole person. When it is brought into the light, when it's shared to somebody, the fear, the loneliness, the shame, and the guilt will be relieved. There is healing in letting other people speak into your trauma. However, not everyone is willing, able, and skilled to carry this burden with you. Start with a professional. If you're still in school, maybe your teacher, a pastor, a therapist, or maybe even your parent. Sadly, most victims believe that abuse is their fault. I want you to hear me say this to you. It is never the victim's fault. It is not your fault that someone violated you. In fact, God is angry at what happened to you. God hates abuse, and he does not tolerate it. Research have shown that because of this fear and shame, most victims do not report instances of abuse, especially if the perpetrator is someone they know. They are afraid that reporting would destroy their reputation, their family, their career, or business. Parents, if you put any of these things before your children's well-being, you are communicating to them that they are less important and they are not worth fighting for. Reporting does not destroy a life. Abuse does. As I've mentioned earlier, the statistics show that you are not alone in your experience. Different people have dealt with their abuse in a myriad of ways. The experience of sexual, physical, emotional, and verbal abuse is known to lead people towards drug and substance abuse. I want you to know that healing is possible. It may be long, and it may be sometimes very difficult, but it is possible. Please do not hesitate or delay. Reach out to someone right now. Here at Graceland, we have people who are trained to help you, and we have a referral list that you can access.